presentation.
I hope you guys enjoyed that intro. What's up, guys? Happy Halloween. This is Sam the Man, the Batman Man here, and welcome back to another video. Today's video for my Halloween special, I'm going to be talking about the top 10 scariest logos from my childhood, which I bet you guys know what some of them are based on my Childhood Fears series, but you will find out how I rank them from least scary to most scary from when I was a kid. All right, you guys ready for this? All right, let's begin with number 10. Yep, that's right. Number 10 is the PlayStation 2 startup and Red Screen of Death variant. Both of these spooked the hell out of me as a kid. It contained, PS2 startup, the loud music, just feel like I was getting sucked in somewhere. And the Red Screen of Death variant was a lot scarier because it felt like I was going into a portal to hell. It was just so scary. The first time I encountered this was when I rented Pac-Man World 2 on the PS2 at Family Video before that shut down. And apparently, I guess the disc didn't work, that the PS2 recognized it as an unreadable disc, that I got the Red Screen of Death. I'm like, why isn't my game working? Tried cleaning it, nothing, that kept popping up. And I strangely got it when I tried to play SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom on it once. It was just creepy, and I didn't even want to look at it. But then as I got older, I just got over my fear of this logo, but I think this one probably scared me the least on this list. So that's number 10 is the PS2 startup. Number 9.
And now, our feature presentation.
Yep, coming in at number 9 is the handwriting Disney feature presentation bumper that lasted all the way in the 90s. Yeah, when I first saw this was on the 1999 VHS of the Pixar movie A Bug's Life. Oh my god, this thing gave me a good spook. Just the words, someone writing out of nowhere the words feature presentation, and that loud booming music, and then the announcer just loudly saying, "And now our feature presentation, dun 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 dun." Just, that gave me a good spook as a kid. It was the least scary of all the feature presentation bumpers, but still, it was still scary enough to make this list. There is a variant of this logo that takes place on a darker background, which gave me a spook more. Here, I'll show you right now.
And now, our feature presentation.
Just everything about this variant with the dark blue background just makes an already scary logo just 10 times worse with it taking place on a darker background. You think something scary is going to pop up afterward. Just they get taken place on a dark background, and that sometimes that after this logo, it would follow up with the THX logo on some Disney tapes around the time, since that was very common on Disney movies around this time. Just, yeah, this logo is just spooky to me as a kid. I'm not scared of it anymore, but still, when I was a kid, it was just, yeah. However, this is not the worst feature presentation bumper. We'll get to that as soon as we move along the list. Okay, that was number 9. And now time for number 8. Yep, coming in at number 8 is the gold Walt Disney Home Video logo. Oh my god. If you've seen my latest Childhood Fears episode, then you know why this logo scared me as a kid. Just comes on so suddenly, and the music's so abrupt and sudden out of nowhere. It just scares you, and that's what scared me most about it. And then the first time I saw this was on either a Winnie the Pooh tape at the doctor's office or the VHS of Toy Story 2. And boy, did this thing just spook the hell out of me as a kid. I did not like seeing this logo. Yep, that's number 8. Now it's time for number 7.
And now, our feature presentation.
Yep, coming in at number 7 is the Flashbang feature presentation bumper that was used on a bunch of Disney tapes from 1994 to 1999. Though it was still used on a few Miramax and Dimension videotapes up until 2003 or 2004. But this bumper is probably the worst of the Disney feature presentation bumpers. This thing spooked me when I first saw it. I first saw this on my 1998 VHS of the Disney classic Lady and the Tramp. When I first saw this thing, I was scared shitless. And the scare factor for this logo, according to like some closing logos Wicca and all that, is high to nightmare. And another nickname of it is another personification of all that is evil, and the reason why I don't buy Disney tapes from 1994 to 2000 because of this logo. But yeah, this logo gave me a good spook when I first saw it. I was not a fan of it. I even got worried that when I went to go close the window because it was raining outside, there was a TV in my one room, that I got scared that feature presentation text was going to come up out of nowhere. That text was terrifying too. It's just, ugh. Hated this thing when I first saw it on my VHS of Lady and the Tramp. Ugh, hated this bumper. But it didn't last long. I got over it eventually, but still, it was creepy. Anyways, moving on. Number 6. Yep, coming in at number 6 is a 3-way tie for all the Columbia TriStar home video logos that you just saw. The one from 1993 to 2001, and then the one that came out like late 1999 or early 2000, I think. That one didn't last very long, the second one. And then the third one that was called Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment from 2001 and ended in 2005 when it was rebranded as Sony Pictures Home Entertainment. But all 3 of these scared me. I'm going to rank them from least scary to most scary. The Columbia TriStar Home Video logo, it just gave me a jump scare because it just comes on so abruptly with the dun-dun-dun, the music, and then but it didn't scare me as bad as the other 2. I first saw this when I was little on the DVD of The Adventures of Elmo and Grouchland, since that movie was distributed by Columbia Pictures. And then number 2 scared me. It just comes on with the clouds and all that dark noises, and then the words DVD just come out of nowhere. And this gave me a good spook. And this was the reason why, at first, so a long time ago, I was very little, I was at my friend Charlie Zard 1410's house. We were big Thomas fans growing up. He rented the movie Thomas and the Magic Railroad on DVD, and I go, ooh, a Thomas movie. I haven't seen this. I wanted to watch it. But then when I saw the Columbia TriStar Home Video logo on the disc, I was like, oh shit. No, not the TriStar Pegasus, especially the TriStar Pegasus. I wasn't never scared of the Columbia logo, but TriStar scared me, which, if you've seen my Childhood Fears episode, you know I was scared of TriStar growing up. But yeah, but I was like, no. And then I even asked his mom to put it in, but she said no. So then I borrowed it or something like that, and then put it in, encountered the logo, and yeah, it's just scared me. So that's number 2. But number 1 was the Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo from 2001 to 2005, the VHS version. Oh my god, don't even get me started on this one. I first saw this on the VHS of Stuart Little 2, and oh my god, this creeped me out. Just the music and how slow motion it is, and just, looking like the Pegasus is gonna attack you, and then the Columbia lady's just staring at you like this. Just looks like they're just gonna come in and come out and attack you or something. Just yeah, the DVD version gave me a mild spook, but because of how fast it goes, it didn't scare me nowhere near as much. Thank God. DVD version wasn't as bad. But yeah, it scared me enough to make it on this list. So number 3 is just all 3 Columbia TriStar logos combined into one. We're not done with Sony logos yet, because now we move on to number 5. We have made it to the top 5. Number 5 is the TriStar Pictures logo. Now, I know this is a logo that maybe not a lot of people were scared of, but everything about this logo terrified me as a kid. First of all, loud music, the Pegasus just coming straight at you, and just, I just did not like enjoying this logo when I first saw it. 1984 one was the worst one. Ugh. If you've seen my childhood fears video, then you know why I am scared of the TriStar logo. And the TriStar logo, from when I was a kid, this did not make me want to see Planet 51 in theaters. My dad said, "Hey, you want to go see the new Planet 51 Alien movie?" I'm like, no. It was because of the TriStar logo. When I saw that this movie was distributed by TriStar on the commercials, I was like, oh, fuck. Please, no. Just, no. Just, no. This was just a scary logo to me. But now this logo is actually pretty beautiful to look at today. So it's not a bad logo at all. But yeah, but it is definitely scary enough to make it onto my top 10 scary logos list. That's all for TriStar. Now moving on to number 4.
And now we're pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
Yep, number 4 is the Paramount feature presentation bumper that was used on Paramount tapes all the way in the 90s, all the way to the 2000s, until when VHSs were discontinued. This was by far, of all the companies that distributed their movies and shows on VHS, Paramount by far had the worst feature presentation bumper of them all. Just the loud fanfare, and then the deep male voice that does not sound friendly at all, and then the words feature presentation just zooming into your face, and just dead silence with the warning screen afterwards, expecting a jump scare. Oh my God, this was the worst feature presentation bumper. Oh my God. Ugh. I know some people were also scared of this logo, like this YouTuber I watched named Drew Thomas, which I will mention in the description. He was scared of this logo, too. He hated this thing. He was also scared of the stay tuned for a special presentation after the movie, and now the special presentation bumpers from Paramount, which you can go check his videos out about his scary logos. And I'll put a link to his channel in the description. But yeah, oh my God. And I can understand why a bunch of people were scared of this thing when they were kids. Thankfully, I was not too much onto VHS tapes, but oh my God. This spooked me when I saw it. I couldn't fall asleep one night because of this thing. Oh my God. Just, ugh. So this was number 4, the Paramount feature presentation bumper. Now we move on to the top 3. Here we go. Number 3. Yep, coming in number 3 is the infamous THX logo, which I made a whole video about, and you can go check that out. And you probably guys bet that you probably knew that this was going to be on my list. Bunch of people were scared of this logo. My buddy Charlie Zard 1410 and Pengady 769 were also scared of this logo growing up. They were scared of the robot. And then the Deep Note, that just scared me too when I first saw the DVD version on the DVD of Ice Age growing up, and then seeing like the Cavalcade logos on like the DVDs of Star Wars, the original trilogy, and then the Incredibles. Those also scared me. But the way I think what scared me the most was Tex the Robot seen on Pixar movies like Toy Story, Bug's Life, Monsters Inc., Finding Nemo, and Cars. Yeah. And then the VHS version of this scared me too when I saw it on the VHS of Lady and the Tramp for the first time. Whew. THX was infamous for scaring kids. However, I'm not scared of this logo anymore. I love this logo nowadays. It's even more interesting when you learn more about it. This is Drew Thomas's favorite sound system company of all time. He loves this logo company, which, once again, I'll mention him in the description. So, yeah, that's all I have to say about THX. Now, we move on to number 2. Coming in at number 2 is the MGM DVD logo. Oh my God. This logo scared the bejesus out of me when I first saw it. Oh my God, holy shit. When I watched the movie The Secret of Nymph on DVD, I was like, oh shit, because the MGM lion's on it. And then that was, oh my God, so scary. And then I put this in, and then all of a sudden I see something red come up, and then, dun, dun, dun. It was loud, and then the MGM lion roaring. It's just... Everything about this logo was scary growing up. Now, before we get to number 1, I want to give some honorable mentions. The Sony Wonder logo. I used to see this logo every time I used to watch Elmo's World DVDs when I was really little. And every time this came up, it would start off so nice. Dun, 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 sun, the sky, blue sky, and the clouds. Then out of nowhere, dun, 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 dun. This scared me out of nowhere growing up. But it didn't scare me enough to make the top 10 list, for sure. But it was definitely an honorable mention, for sure. The early version of the Disney DVD logo from 2001. Oh my God. When I saw this logo, it just comes on out of nowhere with the DVD coming out of nowhere. Then the logo forms. A CGI Tinkerbell comes out of nowhere. And it looks like, I feel like she was just going to come out and attack me for some reason. But it wasn't too bad compared to some of the other logos, for sure. But it was definitely enough to make an honorable mention. The surround sound logo. Now, this logo gave me a jump when I first saw it on the VHS of Men in Black. And it didn't help that the THX logo followed it afterward. Like 2 sound system logos. And a little kid watching this tape, yeah, definitely a spook for sure. But it wasn't terrible. The PS1 startup. Now, I didn't really like starting up the PS1 growing up when I wanted to go play the demo of the Bugs Life game on the PS1 interactive sampler disc growing up. Or other games like Spyro the Dragon and Crash and Gran Turismo, because I knew the system was going to start up like this. And, well, it didn't scare me as much as the PS2 startup, I'll tell you that. Just the sounds of the Sony Computer Entertainment logo and the PlayStation logo just sent me chills down my spine for some reason. Just, yeah, and every time I saw this logo on a case of like a PS1 or PS2 game, like the PS2 Monsters Inc. game, I was worried that this logo was going to appear. But no, it didn't, thank God, on the PS2 Monsters Inc. game, thank God. But they use this logo on all their games that are distributed by Sony Computer Entertainment. And I was like, oh no. Every time I saw this, I was like, oh great. But it was not awful enough. Definitely not as bad as the PS2 startup growing up, but yeah. It just sent me chills down my spine, but then I got used to it eventually. And now, Sam the Man, the Batman Man's #1 scariest logo from his childhood was... Yep, we are now going to talk about my #1 scariest logo from my childhood. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to have to leave the room for a minute and wait for this logo to end. Yeah. Okay. You can roll the logo. Is it over? Phew. It's over. Yes, #1, of course, is the Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer logo. MGM for short. Yes, any movie that had an MGM lion on it, I would never want to watch. Every lion that roared scared me. From Jackie to Tanner and the most famous one of them all, Leo. Every time I knew a movie had a MGM lion on it, I would be like, nope, I ain't watching this shit. I'm not watching it. So, yeah, it's obvious. I made a whole video about why I was scared of this logo. And, yeah, the Geek Drama Mask was scary. The lion was the worst part for sure. It just roars in your face and just... I had tons of nightmares about this logo. But, oh my God. Every time a movie would come on and then I feel like it would be MGM, I would click the info button where the MGM logo would block out, where I wouldn't have to look at that lion, and just had to mute the TV. Yeah. Or I'd hide and run away. I had nightmares where the lion would eat me alive and all that. I hated this logo. Just... the worst childhood fear in terms of logos, for sure. Just, hated this logo growing up. Now, of course, I'm not scared of any of these logos anymore, but MGM, I hated it as a kid. But yeah, happy Halloween, everybody. I hope you enjoyed my top 10 scary logos Halloween special for this year. Were you scared of any of these logos? Let me know in the comment section down below. Yeah. Thank you for watching this video. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And I will see you in my next video. Happy Halloween. Sam the Man the Batman's out. Bye.
Gillette. That's the real deal.